So as a father, I just, because again, I mean, that's pretty impressive for you to create four successful kids. And so looking back, what tips would you give? I have a 15-year-old and I have a 19-year-old. And so what sort of tips would you give somebody out there on how to raise great kids, successful kids?
Well, that's still to be told. We're still trying to figure that out, right? How we're going to, but one of the things we always instilled in them that they had to own something. Okay. There might be a lot of good jobs out there, but at the end of the day, you're going to need to own something. And so in every case of our kids, they all own things outside of the business. And so besides their jobs and stuff like that. So becoming owners in their business, as a lot of them own stock and all that kind of stuff, and they flourished greatly. Okay. And so anyway, so we just kind of really just always talk to them about ownership and freedom. And as the older they get, the less they like their jobs, you know what I'm saying? So you just kind of have to let them get to that spot. You can't make them want to, love this and do this, what I mean? They have to either want to do it or they don't, right? So.
No, I think that's so important. I mean, I think I've done an okay job so far. I mean, obviously a lot's to be seen, but one thing that I'm always talking about is, you have to, again, just like you have to own something. You have to be in charge of your own life, and you have to get skilled up. You have to make sure that you're doing everything in your power to be to be as good as you possibly can be at whatever you're trying to do. And so I think that as a parent, and the other piece of it though, I never told my kids they have to join me in business. I never told my son to go, he decided he wanted to go get licensed. My daughter one day, she may or may not get licensed. I don't know. But I never wanted to be one of those dads that made my kids join me in business or do what I'm doing. I really am excited to see whatever it is that they want to do, to see if the things that they learned as, growing up could help them no matter what they decide to do. And if they all decide to come work with me down the road, that'd be even better. But if they do or they don't, I never want to put the pressure on them that they have to be like me or do my business or anything like that. I mean, am I making any sense here?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that we have is a group chat for our all the in-laws and outlaws and mom and myself. And so as we look at this, we're communicating all the time, no matter where we're at in the world, right? And we're foodies, and so we love sharing all that kind of stuff, right? But one of the things that always inevitably happens, Daniel, is they'll text me, said, "Hey, Dad, you'd be proud of me. I used this phrase today." And it's something that we were taught here that they're using someplace else, right? And so, because, something more is caught than taught. And so you don't know what they're going to remember, but sometimes they'll pull stuff out and say, "Hey, Dad, what do you think of this?" And so it's fun. And we have a heck of a lot to get. We travel every year together. We do a couple vacays a year. And so we just got back from Washington State, and we had a 7-bedroom home on Prince Edward Sound. So yeah, it's fun.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's so much fun. We just actually did a family trip similar in Montana. That's great. So what was it like, just being with your family and thinking about the fact that, because I mean, let's be honest, you're still working, you're still you're trying, you're still building your business, and I think that's awesome. But the truth is, you've been financially independent for a very, very long time, and so I want to ask you, number one, how does it feel to know that you can pretty much do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it, and you have the money, the income, the cash flow, the passive income, the assets to be able to do what you want to do, and that you get to do that with your family and for your kids and create those incredible memories. What does that feel like, Jim?
I mean, we go out to eat, and we have an adult night every time we do those vacays, and so we do adult night, and adult night means that we get sitters for the kids. So we have some adult conversation, eyeball to eyeball, with in-laws and outlaws and everybody, right? So what we, being able to, have a $1,500 $1,800 dinner bill and don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's just what we do, and it's like, don't think anything of it. And so little things
fun.
like that are fun. And, the things we're able to do right now, I mean, we're on a trek. We've got some philanthropy things that we're doing, that we're raising our income another 100,000. I mean, honestly, we're going for $1 million. We'll be there in late 2022. Where our rolling 12 will be over $1 million. And so we'll click over that. We've got it all planned out. And so that's really what we're working for. It's not because we need more money or whatever. It's like we kind of went past that. And at our age, most people would say, let it up. It's like, yeah, but I can work from anywhere. And that's the coolest thing, right? So we started off with an 8-state tour, okay, with the motor coach. And so we were in Arkansas, Kentucky, Washington. I didn't take the coach there, but we worked from there. We just got back from Angel Fire, New Mexico, in the mountains there. Then we were in Colorado mountains. Then we were in Maui for a week. And then we're going to Florida here in a few days, right, with the company. And then we're out in Utah here next week as well. So you just work from anywhere. You can pull up a screen and off we go. And so we're growing. It's more fun, and you don't have to be tied to an office or anything. And so I don't know, hope that helps a little bit there.
No. I love hearing that, Jim. I think that's so powerful for the people that are listening or watching right now, that, you really have the ability to create a dream life. What you just explained right now, you take it for granted because, you've been living it for so dang long. Yeah. But you understand that is the dream for everyone. That is like what every single person on this planet, pretty much. So they want a life where they get up in the morning, they go, hey, we're going to be over here in this, and we're going to be over here and do a little bit of work over here, work on the beach over here, work in the RV over here, do this. And to be able to create a life, not just build a business, but to build a life around whatever it is that you want to build it around. And so what do you think about that?
My favorite things I get in a text or in an email or some DM or something, it'll be where are you at today? That's my favorite thing to get from people, right? Like,
I love it. Yeah. Where's Jim? Where's Jim and Mary now? Right. So it's just so cool to be able to live that lifestyle, because that's it kind of takes me over to really the passive income or residual or recurring. I mean, there's a lot of different words for it, but like, as far as like, how important is it, and how long have you been earning residual and reoccurring income, and what's that like, and how important is that for people to understand that having a job is never going to give you that kind of life? It's really the passive and reoccurring income that's going to give you that life. I mean, what do you say about that?
Yeah, and so I think a little bit different than what you think, because the truth is that we didn't have residual income for the first 10 years in the company, because the investments back then didn't have that. They didn't have 12B1s. And so it's a little different. But believe me, there is some decent money coming off of 1.7 billion. Okay. So that's something we have today. And it's just geometrically growing like crazy. Just can't, even if the market would drop 30 or 40%, we're still in great shape, because it's just, there's 10,000 people a day reaching age 65. So we're just trying to get more people on the street, and so I mean, it's a really big thing, because people have a good job, they have a good job, everybody's a pro when the market's going up and economy's zooming, hey, everything's great. When it goes the other way, like it did in 2008, right? And then before that at 9/11 in 2001, shortly after that, right? All of that, those were major downturns, weren't they? And so that's when people find out how secure their job is, okay? And it's like when your income stops, I think maybe the COVID thing maybe hit some people. It's like, man, I thought I had a few cash, but man, we can go through cash pretty fast around here, without a job. And so being able to have that residual income that comes in, that security of that base, ain't nothing like having a marriage where your spouse knows that no matter what happens, you're dead or alive, that money's still coming in. That's a great, secure feeling for your spouse if you love your spouse. I mean, it's, to me, I think that's so darn amazing to be able to give them that peace of mind so they don't have to work, till they're 99 and, that kind of thing. So, yeah, it's a really important to have, not only from, in our business, we have overrides from a mega hierarchy, but also the residual income off of the investments. And I mean, even the small products like auto and home or legal protection or one of those two, okay. They give you these statements when if you're going to reach, if you're ever going to use your Social Security, right? We're going to give it away, but we're not using it. But they won't even let us give it to us, because it's we make too much money to take it early, and but our residual off of auto and home and legal protection is bigger than both our Social Security checks.
Thank you for watching our short clips on Alonzo Academy. If you'd like to watch the next short clip, click here. If you'd like to watch the entire podcast, click here.